Hi, I'm Paul Williamson. My company is Tomcat Motorsport Limited and we build Tomcats.
Tell me a brief history of how Tomcat came about.
The off-road racing vehicle, which was Bowler originally, started by Drew Bowler in the mid-80s. Drew decided to start converting some Land Rovers and Range Rovers into competitive off-road vehicles, and that's how he really started. So by the 90s, as things had developed, he decided to start building a space frame vehicle and wanted to differentiate it from his others, so called it the Wildcat. So the cars that were built on an original Range Rover chassis were then called Tomcats. So 2000, Drew wanted to build turnkey cars and it was quite difficult for him to keep building kits at the same time. So myself and a business partner, Steve Wells, bought up the kit side and started Tomcat Motorsport. So 2001, April the 1st. We do like a bit of April Fool's Day.
The Tomcat is the self-assembly version. To call it a kit would be sort of, because you actually offer quite a range of options, don't you, to create the cars. So what would you describe as the ideal donor these days? Because the original Defenders are starting to shoot up in price.
They are, yeah. We basically only use traditional coil-sprung Land Rover products. So Defender still comes into it, but the base vehicles have just gone silly money these days. So really you come down to Range Rover Classics, which are appreciating. So Discovery 1 and 2, they're the main ones now. But it's the old traditional ladder frame chassis, but with the live axles and coil springs. Anything from that can be done.
So they want to strip the bodyway and strip it down to the chassis, refurbish as need be. And then there are various wheelbase options as well, isn't there? Yeah,
we do 5 options, starting from an 80-inch wheelbase, they're the shortest of the cars, through 88, 93, 100-inch and 106. They've all got their own particular, I suppose, niche in the market. The 100-inch uses the original wheelbase from the Discovery and Range Rover donor cars, so there's no modification needed, no chassis to be shortened. It does have the front and rear of the chassis removed to shorten them, but the wheelbase and the main critical parts are not changed. The 106, we add 6 inches into the chassis, which is mainly to accommodate rear-mounted engines. The 93 is used because actually that's what a 90 Defender chassis actually measures to be. It's 92.9 inch wheelbase. So that was originally started in the Tomcat, so we could use a 90 chassis without having to modify it particularly. 88 is designed to be around the 88 inch Series 1, which is the traditional starting point of the Bowler as was Tomcat. And then the 80 inch is the shortest of the vehicles, which is for trials, competition trials car. And so it's the most manoeuvrable, that's what it's for.
With the shortening and lengthening of the chassis, if somebody wants that done for them, you're able to do pretty much any part of the build yourself, aren't you?
Absolutely. The way we kind of work it for the Tomcat isn't that we don't provide a Tomcat in a box. The kit, although we can do kits, every car is unique, like the owners. Everybody has a slightly different idea of what they want to do. So rather than restrict that, we thought, let's accommodate it and let's make it a USP. So the kit start as the basic space frame. From there, a customer can order as much or as little as they like. We can shorten the chassis, we can fit the space frame to the chassis, we can start fitting the bodywork, we can go all the way through to a turnkey build. Just so that we could accommodate everybody.
And assuming someone wants to build their own bodywork, is that something where they're given a load of sheets of aluminium, or do they have is it other materials, and
No.
What does it consist of?
Internal bodywork is aluminium, and it is supplied cut and formed, ready for a final trim and then fitting. External bodywork for the most part is all GRP, all pre-made, either in white or in a gel coated colour, if that's what somebody wants. Then it just needs trimming and fitting, which is all actually quite straightforward.
And a lot of people will think, oh, it's a racing car, it's going to be tens of thousands of pounds for even a basic one, but actually it isn't, is it? It's quite affordable for someone who actually wants to take on some of the work themselves.
Absolutely. It's always been at the core of what the business is. We deal with clubmen on the competition side. We deal with clubmen, so we want to be able to take somebody from maybe their first build or a very early build, and effectively the same car can take them right through to certainly a high level at a club, on a club basis. So the kits again start, because you might just be buying the space frame, that's very affordable, and then specification is what changes it. But we've got lots of people who've had the cars for years and have just developed them as they've gone along, spend a bit of money when they've got it, or they spread their build and again spread their budget across it. But you can go from a few thousand to tens of thousands if you really want to. But then if a race engine costs you £10,000 on its own, your whole budget's going to go up by £10,000. But it costs exactly the same to put a £500 V8 as it does a £10,000 V8. From a labour point of view, it's the same cost.
And the demonstrator you've got here, that's your own off-road that you've built. What competition is it eligible for? Because a lot of the kit car enthusiasts who are watching this might not necessarily be aware of the championships available.
Sure. Cars. Well, it was built. That's an 80-inch. It was built to conform to Association of Land Rover Clubs regulations. So there are ALRC clubs all over the country, Scotland, Wales. So there's always one nearby, and it absolutely conforms to their regulations. But with a few modifications, mainly taking things off. It also complies to, it can be used at All Wheel Drive Club, who do lots of events, and lots of the All Mates clubs, Midland Off-Road Club, that do similar events. Trials are generally slow, difficult terrain, driving through pegs, and who gets the furthest through, lowest score.
Really? How did you get into this? Cool. Actually, partly. I've always been into Land Rovers. Yeah, yeah. And sort of seen the business before. Yeah. And then ended up serving my time for Land Rover dealership. Oh right, yeah. The guys I worked with was in the Land Rover side. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Going to the sport. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, just started doing it. Right. Since 180, we started RTV. Yeah. Championship first year. Well, you sort of started on the mechanical side of things as well, and yeah, sort of enjoyed that side of things. quite like the sport.
And how do you get more?
Sorry, is it times? No, we're not entirely what we're doing here.
Yeah.
It's points.
Yeah.
So let's say you had a gate here.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's different to motorcycle trials.
Yeah.
But I don't know, have you ever seen like the sporting trials?
Yes. Yeah.
Similar principle.
Right.
So you'd have a gate here,
Yeah.
which for us would be a 12.
Yeah.
12 gate. That's the start gate. And then you've got 12 gates
Yeah.
marked by 2 pegs.
Yeah.
And the idea is to get all the way through
Yeah.
without stopping
Yeah.
and without hitting a peg.
Right. You get it?
If you
Yeah.
hit a peg, you get to score the peg.
Yeah.
If you stop between pegs,
Yes.
you get to score the next peg.
Right.
And if you get into it quite accurately,
Yeah.
there's a thing to do with getting a hook through. So let's say your pegs are there
Yeah.
and you drove halfway through it.
Yeah.
So long as one front hook is over the line
Yeah.
and you haven't hit the pegs, your class has gone through it, so you get the next one.
Right.
So
And obviously, as well as the competition side, you can actually spec it up for road use as well.
Absolutely, yeah. Tomcats have always been highly sought after as, let's call it, pure road cars, sort of trail cars as I like to call them. Always been very highly sought after for that. But we've seen cars and built cars that go from ones that can occasionally off-road, go green laning, even tarmac rallying. And so we built one ourselves in '88 that was purely built to tarmac rally, just because we thought we wanted to have a go at it.
If someone wanted to build one themselves, what sort of budget are they looking at?
So starting point would be a few thousand, 2,000, something like that. And then, so building it yourself, you're probably going to spend, realistically with bodywork and everything else, 6,000 to 8,000. And then whatever you want to put in it after that.
That's a very capable car for not a lot of money by comparison with something else that would be available, you know.
It is how we've always tried to do it, which is I mean, the Tomcat tagline is affordable success. So we aim to build a good product that's competitive at a sensible price.
I think it's a good place to start.
so what side do you do? Just play around a bit still.
Yeah. Have fun, basically.
Part of the idea of trial to a certain extent it's about going as slow as you can.
Yeah.
At least not, you know, so not getting wheel spin and things like that. So you can couple that really easy and fast. You know,
Yeah.
get that Volvo fast.
Yeah.
But part of the try and keep your grip.
Keep a constant, steady movement.
And this is looking to extreme times, so you rock there. Obviously, everything changes when it's not connected.
Yeah.
You know, so we're trying to go there.
Yeah.
My competition, my personal competition cars have been heavy, so
Oh right. Okay.
I've had that since 1990.
Oh right. Okay. Are you finding that this is an expanding market?
back.
Yep.
So take something back on.
Yep. And are they coming back on?
Yeah. Back.
Yep.
The competition car side is say it has the potential to widen.
Yep.
For me, to some extent, it's the road car side which has quite a lot of potential to go into.
Yep.
So,
Are they sort of more prefer the higher speed spec rather than this, or?
yeah, well, Comp Safari.
Yeah.
I mean, this is great comfort stuff.
Yeah.
So it's always got a decent market.
Yes. Yeah.
It's quite affordable. It's quite understandable.
Yes.
Yes, you need a trailer, but
Yeah.
yeah. They just keep finding bits. There's all sorts of fun in here as well.
And how much is it? I have looked through your website on a couple of occasions. How much is something with this speed to buying a kit for? How much you do?
Yeah.
Unless you've got a few on your website for sale and that kind of
Yeah,
thing.
well, this particular car you're in now.
Yeah.
If you bought everything as a kit,
Yeah.
you're probably looking about 7,
Okay. Right.
something like that.
Yep.
But like I say, as a turnkey car,
Yeah.
it's 11, 12.
Yeah.
VAT right on, so I never do my head with that.
Yeah.
So it's not actually that much in this. Probably
Yeah.
less, no, probably it's about 7. Not the number actually 7. But you see, if you bury it then, you could actually not get up that.
Yeah.
Because your wheel screw goes up too.
Yeah. So you just want it nice and steady.
Yeah.
Pull up. Yeah. And this is based on a Land Rover chassis.
Yeah, this was a Discovery 1.
Discovery 1. Yeah.
This is a 1996.
Yeah.
Like I say, 300, but it's still on the road.
Yeah.
So if you were trialling, some days, in the early days of this particular
Yeah.
site, just put pegs down there and then let them find their own way.
Really?
Because half the time that's more of a problem.
Yeah.
You can get where you go.
Right.
So this is where the rest.
Yeah. Oh, I see.
That's
Right.
why it's all goes down and
Yeah.
gone through.
Yeah.
We're not going down, it's a two-way.
Yeah.
There's no point on it's getting messed up.
No.
I'll go back to it.
The girls are finding this a real family sport. The girls enjoy coming out with you on
They
this.
haven't really got into it yet.
Right. How old are they?
Youngest 19.
Oh wow. Okay.
The idea was what they call Tyro trials.
Okay.
You're
Yeah.
allowed now to enter at 14.
Okay. Right.
So the idea was to do it with them doing that. It's what we see on the things. Ed, I've always wanted, not the time, but
Yeah. Yeah.
Amelia's done it in, I built a 90
Yeah.
road one, Amelia's had a couple of events with it.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt the video, but if you'd like to help us out by subscribing by pressing the little bell just below the main screen there, that would really help us out. If you select the all button as well, or the all option, that means you'll be notified every time one of Neil's videos drops onto the channel. Don't miss out on those. So if you subscribe, you'll be advised every time one drops. And also the little like, thumbs up button is very important to us as well, please, because not only does it mean you like it, and if you've watched it this far, I think you might like it, and it doesn't cost you anything, it's free. So if you press the thumbs up button for us, give us a thumbs up, helps our algorithm on the channel. So I don't actually know what that means, but I'm told that's quite important. So if you could do that, I'll be a happy bunny. But thank you very much for watching anyway, and thanks for doing that.
Hello, my name's Dave. Behind me we have my 88-inch Tomcat. It is the slightly longer wheelbase version than the 80-inch that Paul's bought along today as well. It's quite an early frame. It's, as Paul mentioned earlier, he bought the rights to carry on making the vehicle from Bowler, and this is one of the last 88-inch frames that Bowler made before Paul bought the rights to carry on with the manufacturing off Bowler. It's the second one that I've had. I did have one in 1993, which was another 88-inch one, which we had until around about 2001. And I also own another 100-inch Tomcat with a diesel engine in that I bought last September, which me and my nephew want to do some competitive safaris in. But the vehicle behind us, I'm secretary of the Midland Off-Road Club, which is based in the Midlands, and I use that vehicle for setting out all our trials events in. So it does get used.
I was going to ask, are you mainly using it for green laning, trails events,
Yeah.
or just road use, or
A bit of everything. It's quite nice on the road because you don't see that many on the road, and if you take it somewhere like to a car event, and when you park it up, because it's a Land Rover but it looks different, it does get a lot of interest when it's parked up. But they're nice to drive on the road. They're a great trials car. You know, they're great all round for a bit of fun, and it's just so much fun to drive. They're a really good product.
And is this one you've built yourself, or?
No, the first one I built myself 30 years ago, but this one was built by my friend's company, which is Black Baughall before in Yorkshire.
And underneath the bonnet you've got
A V8.
a V8, of course. Had to be. So
Makes you smile when you fire it up.
yeah, and with the lighter bodywork and the shorter wheelbase, it must shift a bit as well.
Yeah, it can catch a few people out at traffic lights and stuff like that. Yeah, there's not many Audi TTs are very happy when you leave them behind.
And they wouldn't be able to follow you over the hills either.
No, definitely not either.
Right, well that's brilliant. Thank you very much for sharing.
That's okay. Thank you very much.
I think you hit it a bit hard.